Great, good morning friends. Today we're going to talk about two different objects. Yesterday we talked about spheres, the sphere, which some of you showed me today, and the cube. Okay, we talked about a sphere and a cube, and we looked for those things in our house yesterday. Today you just watched a video, and you watched a quick video on a cone and a cylinder. Very good. Let's take a look at the cone. They talked about the cone. They said that the cone had a vertice, right? A vertex. Where did it have it? Very good. It had it up at the top, right? That point, okay? So it did have a vertex, because vertices is more than one. So they called it a vertex, okay? They talked about face. Remember when we talked about face the other day and we said that the cube, that flat side is considered its face, and its face was a square. Very good. Did a sphere have a space? Not space, a face? Doesn't have a flat side, right? Okay, well, they talked about the cone today, and they talked about its two faces. And what they talked about is they talked about the face we've talked about, the flat side, which if we dipped it in paint and put it on paper, it would make a circle. They also talked about this part being its face, which wraps around it, okay? Which wraps around it. But the face that I want you to be thinking about right now is that circular face, because that's going to be important when we do our math tomorrow, okay? They also talked about the cylinder. Very good. And when they talked about the cylinder, does the cylinder have any vertexes? No. It's like the sphere, right? It's round. It doesn't have any points on it, right? But if we look at the face on the cylinder, if we dip it in paint, it would be a circle. Very good. And the other end of it is also a circle. They talked about this face too, which wraps around. They called it the wraparound part, or the wraparound face. Again, with the cylinder, like the cone, the part I want you to be thinking about are those flat parts of both the cone and the cylinder, okay? And what's the same about them? Very good. Their faces are both circles. Very good. What could you say is different about the cone and the cylinder? What does the cylinder have? I'm sorry, what does the cone have that the cylinder does not have? Very good. It has that vertex, right? It has that point. Okay. Yesterday, you went on a hunt for a sphere and a cube in your house. Today, you're going to do the same thing with a cylinder. Mrs. Rooney, with a cone. I'd be doing the same thing in front of the classroom. And a cylinder. It's going to be a little tricky with the cone. If you can't find something in your home that is shaped like a cone, because I'm already thinking I'm going to have a hard time with that. What do we know of that is shaped like a cone? Or think back to the video. Some of you might have little brothers and sisters at home that have that game where you stack the circles up. We had that in our house. There were birthday hats and an ice cream cone, okay? So pause and take a minute. Actually, I'm going to take you on my tour first, and then I'm going to have you pause and have you look around your house. If you cannot find a cone in your house, please do not get upset. This is a hard one to find in a house unless you just happen to have had a birthday party. So do your best looking. If you can't find one, then think back to the video or think of something that you know is shaped like a cone, and then we'll put that on our paper, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to go searching. I'm going to go searching for a cone in my house because I'm wondering if maybe somewhere in our house I have something that's shaped like a cone. All right, so I'm going to walk into my living room. It was kind of chilly today, so I have our fireplace going. But I'm looking around my living room, and I walked in here before too going, Mrs. Rooney, what on earth do you have that is shaped like a cone? And I'm looking around, and I'm looking in our cabinet case. I have a big cabinet case in our living room where I keep crafts that Patrick and Cormac have made all throughout the years. And I don't think we have anything shaped like a cone in there. I'm looking and I'm looking. All right, and I'm gonna walk around here and I'm gonna look at Mr. Rooney Loves Music, so we have tons of music and things like that. And I'm looking on our shelves. Like I said, finding a cone is a little tough. All right, now I did find something that is kind of like a cone. I'm looking at a candle holder. It is kind of shaped like a cone. It has that part down there. It doesn't have the vertex up at the top that I would need for it to be a true cone, but it is as close to a cone as I could possibly come in our house. So I'm not going to get upset about that, because what I am going to say to myself is, you know what, Mrs. Rooney? I know that a cone shaped thing is like a party hat or an ice cream cone. Now, I'm not done yet, because now I need to find that cylinder. So I'm going to go into the kitchen, because I'm thinking, there's probably more of a chance of something in my kitchen being shaped like a cylinder. And I'm looking around and I'm looking and I'm thinking, wow, I see my cup right here. Is this shaped like a cylinder? I think so. The only problem with my cup, and I'm going to take the lid off, is I have my straw in there. I'll put that over there. All right, so let's take a look. Let's take a look and see if this is shaped like a cylinder. Okay, so I'm going to hold you back a little and let's take a look. All right, so it has that flat top, right? And it's shaped like a circle. I'm looking at the bottom. It also has that circle shape down at the bottom and then wrap around. So, would my cup be a good cylinder shape? I think so. All right, so I'm going to head back to my math station, which is really my dining room table. Nothing fancy. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is, I said that my cylinder shape, and I'm going to use yellow, and I'm going to turn you this way so you can see, was my, now I'm not going to use yellow because you're not going to be able to see that. So I'm going to use, I'll use an orange, was my cup from the kitchen. Okay, and it has that cylinder shape. Okay, now I also said, okay, finding a cone was really tough in my house. So I'm going to think about something that I know is shaped like a cone. I found that lantern, but that really isn't, because it doesn't have that vertice. But I know there are a lot of different things that are shaped like a cone that I have seen before. So I'm going to flip my cone around and I'm going to remember an ice cream cone. Because I know that an ice cream cone, and it even has cone in its name, is shaped like a cone. So I'm going to ask you now to pause my video. I'm going to ask you to go on a search in your house right now for a cone and a cylinder shape. Come back, draw it onto your paper, and then we're going to go ahead and flip over to the next pages. But Mrs. Rooney just realized, what did I forget to do at the top of my paper? I forgot to write my name. Okay, so your job right now, go hunting for a cone and a cylinder. But if you can't find a cone, it's fine, right? Okay, go ahead. All right, good job finding those things. And make sure you drew them right here for me, your cylinder and your cone, okay? All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna flip to the next page and we're gonna take a look up at the top, okay? And I'm gonna turn you this way so you can see, and I'm gonna get you closer to my paper. Okay, so let's take a look at number 1 in the blue circle, okay? Number 1 in the blue circle. That word is cylinder. Very good. Cylinder. 2 flat sides that make a circle and then it wraps around. Which of these objects matches that cylinder shape? Very good. The battery does, right? Because the orange is a sphere. Exactly. All right, let's look at number 2 in the blue circle. This is a cone. Very good. Let's look at the 2 objects down below. That spool of thread is shaped like a cylinder. Very good. This, it matches mine, right? Math piece is a cone. Very good. All right, let's look at number 3 in the blue circle. Name that object for me. It is a cylinder. Very good. All right. Can you find, let's take a look at the objects in the row next to it. This can, is that shaped like a cylinder? 2 flat sides and that wraparound? Looks pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and circle it. How about this? That is actually shaped like a cube. Very good. And this is a sphere. Very good. So the only match is right there. Okay, now what did they do here? What did they do with our cone? They flipped it upside down, but we can do that too. Does it change? Nope, still a cone. All right, let's take a look. This ball is a sphere, so that doesn't match. Is a party hat shaped like a cone? Let's see. I believe so. And this one is just a cylinder, but it's on its side. Is that a match? No. Very good. All right, my friends. Let's go ahead. Okay, let's go ahead and let's turn. Okay, let's take a look at this page. I am going to ask you to do this page on your own and come back to me, okay? Okay, let's take a look. All right, did you find the match in this row? Very good. How about the match to the cylinder? Very good. How about to the cone? Good job. And how about to the cylinder here? It was the drum, right? Excellent. Good job. All right. Now what we're going to do is you are going to listen to my directions on this page. Your job on this page is to look at all the broken, whoops, sorry, I'm knocking you over. Look at all the broken pieces of crayons. If it is in the shape of a cone, you're going to color it blue. If it's in the shape of a cylinder, you are going to color it in red. So you're going to look at each piece of broken crayon here and you're going to decide, is it a cylinder shape, which you're going to color red, or is it a cone shape and you're going to color it blue? I'm going to go ahead and pause you here so you can do your work and then you can come back to check it. All right, your job now is to go ahead and check your paper and see if you got all of the cones and all of the cylinders. Okay, so go ahead and check your work. All right, my friends, great job. Tomorrow when we meet in small groups, we're going to be talking about those flat sides that I've been talking about, those faces on these different objects, and how this one doesn't, and how that's going to affect how it works with these. Oop, I'm going to try to get them all in my hand here. With these different solids. Okay? All right, great job on your math today, and I will see you later.